Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So this is a bit of a muck up on my part. I went out on Monday to shoot a street photography video and I thought it would be a good idea to let AI pick where I shoot in London, you know, the best street photography spots according to AI. Go around and shoot them and share the images with you guys. But unfortunately, AI decided that the best places to shoot in London are pretty much the spots I shoot quite regularly in London, and that's my fault. I should have probably checked before I got to London where these best spots were. So yeah, bad planning on my part. So effectively this is just a video of me walking the normal route I take in London, and just some of the shots I got from it. So we headed down to London on Monday, which unfortunately was a bank holiday. Not ideal. So it means that London is like it is at a weekend. It's not a true representation of what London is on a Monday, and that's what I really like. I like shooting depends what part, but I like generally shooting in the week in London, not on a weekend or bank holiday. But anyway, just because of tourists and things like that and how busy it is. But anyway, so AI suggested that the first place we should go is Barbican, which I've shot quite a lot, and I've done some videos in Barbican before. But Barbican, for those who don't know, is a big estate in London, and it's, I mean, just look it up and look how cool it is. It's insane architecture, it really is, and it's a place that people want to go and live. It's not like your normal sort of estate in London, and you'll see why from the photos. So we started off, we got off at Moorgate station, and you can just walk around the corner to Barbican from Moorgate, and these are the photos that we shot. So as you can see, it's a lovely day, got a nice little bit of cloud cover and a bit of sun out, which is nice, and obviously everything was shot on the GR, and we headed into Barbican, and because it was early it was very quiet, which is nice for Barbican because you're looking for them kind of shots with, like, obviously trying to get the architecture in and things, and sort of I like the photography from, like, have you seen like, is it called subliminal spaces and things, where it's just a bit empty and stuff like that, and it's more about the architecture. I like that. I love shooting people as well, but I have this sort of mentality when I walk into Barbican. I want very little people and I just want to show the space, which I think these photos do represent quite well. I was on it. I was ready to shoot. I was in a good mindset, and I'm happy with some of the photos we got. And then AI suggested that we should do Brick Lane. Now, Brick Lane, I love Brick Lane. I love Shoreditch. I love that area. I shoot it a lot, and it's a vibe. But that is exception to the rule of it's better shooting in the week. It's not. it's better shooting at a weekend Brick Lane because of the market, depending on what you want to shoot, I suppose, but I prefer it at a weekend. When the market's there, you've got so many characters there. It's an amazing place to shoot people. Yeah, and you could actually spend all morning just walking up and down Brick Lane, and I have done that before, and I have made a video on that before, and I got it's probably my highest hit rate of photos that I'm over the moon with in one session. And yeah, so I do love Brick Lane, but unfortunately Bank Holiday Monday, no market, and touristy, I suppose. It was starting to get a little bit busy, but not usual London people, just tourists, and not very interesting to photograph. But anyway, we headed down there anyway. It's round the corner from Barbican, walking distance. Walk to Liverpool Street Station, over to Spitalfields Market, and then you can walk up Brick Lane from Spitalfields Market. As you can see from the photos, it was a little bit quiet, but also forgetting that we're just coming off the back of Banksy doing, I think it was like 8 consecutive days or 9 consecutive days of graffiti in London. And this was also another video idea I had, was to go around for the day and photograph each piece. But you know what Banksy's like, before you know it, it's stolen and it's been sort of tagged or something. So I hadn't really sort of acted on it. It probably would have been a good idea to do it in this video instead of letting AI pick my usual spots. But anyway, on Brick Lane, just so happens that one of the pieces that he did is on a bridge over Brick Lane. So I managed to shoot that, which is quite cool. And I also shot it from a bit of a different angle, like everyone stands in the middle of the road and takes a photo. And I saw a tree with some teddy bears in it and managed to get quite a cool shot of it. Unfortunately, like all the Banksy stuff, it's now perspex over, so it doesn't look as cool, does it, with a bit of perspex over it, but I'm still happy with the shots. The next place that AI suggested we should go to was Leadenhall Market, which is a really cool old market. I don't actually know a lot about it. I've walked through it a few times. I haven't actually really shot it before, but it's another place that, I don't know, I liked it, but I wasn't over the moon about it. I mean, it's cool, but it's not, well, it's certainly not a market really anymore. I assume it was back in the day, but it's certainly not anymore. It's now just full of Pizza Expresses and stuff like that. And it wasn't very busy. I assume it probably is at the weekend, and I would have thought Bank Holiday Monday, maybe it was still a little bit too early for a lot of people to be there. It was before lunchtime, so maybe. But I took a few snaps there, but personally, it's cool, but I don't really rate it as a spot for street photography. It might be good for people maybe at the weekend, but it was cool to go and see, but there's just a couple of photos there of a few things going on. Then we headed down to Tower Bridge, and there was one photo that I was looking to get where if the tide is out, you can get down onto sort of like the sort of tide level and get a really cool photo of Tower Bridge. Maybe an angle that not many people get to shoot, or not. I don't suppose many people know how to get down there, but I'd seen it on Instagram, and I thought it would be cool to go and get that shot. So it's a bit sort of, it's nothing to do with this video, but I just took it as sort of as we were there anyway. So I'm glad I got that. But then the plan was to head down South Bank, which I do quite a lot, but by this time it was very busy because it was sort of getting into the afternoon, and then sort of head up to sort of Covent Garden, Soho and stuff like that, because Soho was sort of, Covent Garden was on the list that AI suggested. Covent Garden's Covent Garden. I don't really rate it as a spot. It's all right, but I don't personally really rate it as a spot. I mean, like, it's very touristy. I suppose it's good for people, I suppose, but I just don't really like it. So I sort of avoided Covent Garden and hit up Chinatown instead, because Chinatown's cool. Don't know why, I just like it. It's just stuff going on, you know. There's always people loading up the shops and the restaurants, and you know, you've got the tourists running through there as well. And I suppose like you've got the constant background of lanterns and those things that they string across the street and stuff like that. So yeah, I enjoy Chinatown. So I shot a little bit on Chinatown, not a massive amount really. I am very conscious when I do these shoots, like if I go on my own, I can just sort of wander around all day and camp up on a spot, and I've only got to worry about my time. But I did, as it was a bank holiday, I did take Hannah with me, and I'm very aware of her being bored when I've got a camera in my hand and things like that, and that's something to think about. Something that I would like to make a video on in the future is maybe just how important it is to go out on your own and shoot photos. It's a completely different experience to just taking a camera out for a day out. Even though this was a purpose, you know, we went there to shoot photos and to obviously shoot this video, but I was just aware that she was sort of hanging around and things like that. So I didn't want to waste her time and make her whole day all about my little YouTube video and some photos. So So yeah, I'm sorry that the video isn't probably as how it's titled. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to title it yet, but I assume it's going to be along the lines of AI's favourite spots in London, and I had a bit of a sort of a vision for a better video for it, but it just didn't pan out. And that's what this YouTube channel is all about, is showing you the raw images out of camera that aren't edited, and sort of a real representation of my work, and so that I can look back at this and learn from it. And the whole reason that I make videos is sort of to try and improve and maybe show that to the world that you don't just wake up as a great street photographer. Maybe some people do, I don't know, but anyway, it's just to show the process. And maybe this would be a video in the past that I would have shot and not wanted to put out, but I did say to myself when I sort of kickstarted my YouTube again that I would put the video out whether I thought it was good or not, because it is a matter of perception, and someone might have got something from this video which is really helpful, which is great, and if one person has, then that's made it all worth doing and posting. So and I've learned a few things from it as well. one, don't go and shoot London on a bank holiday, because it's shit. I can't put that in there. But yeah, you know, just not the best day for photos. You know, multiple factors maybe. The fact it was a bank holiday, the fact I had Hannah with me. Sometimes, you know, maybe I just wasn't in the mood. It's just one of them days. It's, you know, but I'll still put the video out there for you guys to enjoy, hopefully. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.